Sullivan, and I'm the Student Vice President at Boise State, and we need your help. I'm calling on behalf of the campaign to keep guns off campus because the safety of Idaho's colleges is at risk. The state legislature is on the verge of allowing concealed guns to be carried on campus. The Idaho State Board of Education, university presidents, and law enforcement all believe that our campuses are safe and that concealed weapons put the safety of my fellow classmates at risk. Will you let your state representative know that you agree that guns should not be allowed on campus? Press 1 anytime during this call and we will directly connect you with their office. If you think that universities deserve the right to govern themselves and concealed weapons don't belong on colleges' campuses,
keeping you from Campus, and on behalf of the campaign, I'd like to acknowledge all the students that are here today. You have always been important to our work to protect our schools and college and university campuses. A very special welcome to Stoneman Douglas High School students. Your courage, your strong and clear voice is the reason we're here today. Your hard work makes our state and world a better place. We're here on the steps of the Florida Capitol today to call on our lawmakers to do their job. And we're exercising a constitutionally protected process that is embodied in the First Amendment in our country's Bill of Rights that guarantees us important protections that include our right to speak freely without fear of retaliation, to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of our grievances. Just a few days ago, students and teachers and parents and community members at Stoneman Douglas also exercised this right, as have students across the country this week. So today, we're going to exercise our right to petition our government. We are going to take petitions that have been signed by thousands and thousands and thousands of Floridians across the state who strongly believe, as we do, that assault weapons have no place in our community.
Good evening, folks. This is Andy Pelosi. I'm the executive director of the campaign to keep guns off campus. So pleased to have you join us tonight. We've got a great show. Folks are just assembling. If you just tuned in, you might have caught the end of Catherine Grant, our State Affairs Director, speaking at the Tallahassee rally 1 week after the horrific shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida, where over 10,000 people came out and rallied, students and all kinds of advocates. We've got a great show planned for everyone tonight. There's going to be music, there's going to be testimonials, there's going to be there's all kinds of great stuff coming up. We're so happy you can join us tonight. And just in case you haven't done so, you can still give to the campaign. And if you gave, you can give again. That's, we always can use the extra money. So if you want to text, you could text college to 24365, and then you'll be brought to a quick link and you can give whatever you'd like. Also on your screen, there also is a click to donate button, but please take a look at that. I'm going to come back in probably about 14 minutes or so. We're going to run some more slides and some more music for you right away. And we look forward to seeing you again, 7:30 Eastern. Thanks very much.
And I'm the Student Vice President at Boise State, and we need your help. I'm calling on behalf of the campaign to keep guns off campus because the safety of Idaho's colleges is at risk. The state legislature is on the verge of allowing concealed guns to be carried on campus. The Idaho State Board of Education, university presidents, and law enforcement all believe that our campuses are safe and that concealed weapons put the safety of my fellow classmates at risk. Will you let your state representative know that you agree that guns should not be allowed on campus? Press 1 anytime during this call and we will directly connect you with their office. If you think that universities deserve the right to govern themselves and concealed weapons don't belong on colleges' campuses,
keep storms and through my rain. Healing hands holding me through the darkness of my pain. Wings of love encamp around me, so I will not fear, for I can feel the presence of nothing but angels watching over me. I said angels watching over me. I said angels watching over me. Angels watching over me. All night, all night, all day, all day. Angels watching over me, my Lord. All night, all
Hello, change makers. I'm Catherine with the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus, and on behalf of the campaign, I'd like to acknowledge all the students that are here today. You have always been important to our work to protect our schools and college and university campuses. A very special welcome to Stoneman Douglas High School students. Your courage, your strong and clear voice is the reason we're here today. Your hard work makes our state and world a better place. We're here on the steps of the Florida Capitol today to call on our lawmakers to do their job. And we're exercising a constitutionally protected process that is embodied in the First Amendment in our country's Bill of Rights that guarantees us important protections that include our right to speak freely without fear of retaliation, to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of our grievances. Just a few days ago, students and teachers and parents and community members at Stoneman Douglas also exercised this right, as have students across the country this week. So today, we're going to exercise our right to petition our government. We are going to take petitions that have been signed by thousands and thousands and thousands of Floridians across the state who strongly believe, as we do, that assault weapons have no place in our community.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andy Pelosi. I'm the Executive Director of the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus. And it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the campaign's first ever virtual event. We look forward to seeing most of you in person in New York, but because of COVID and other things, we had to pivot. And instead of having our event in June at the Cutting Room, we had to have a virtual event. And just like all the other nonprofits that are faced with similar challenges, we've pivoted, and here we are tonight. We're so excited to be broadcasting, at least across the country. And one of the great things about this type of an event, which, in the past we were kind of limited to the tri-state, we've got folks tuning in from California, from Florida, from Georgia, from New York, Connecticut, Illinois, all over the country. And we wouldn't be able to do that if we had an in-person event. So we're so excited to have you here with us tonight, whether you're watching on your computer or you're watching on TV. I want to help everybody. I want to thank everybody who helped put this event together. Lots of folks behind the scenes doing editing and writing and pitches and things that we really needed to pull this event off tonight. I really hope that the efforts that we put forward will be informative for you tonight. It'll be uplifting and hopefully entertaining for you. We're really happy to be joined by our two MCs tonight for tonight's event, the actors Amy Ryan and Mike Doyle. I'm so grateful for them to join us again this year and help us really move this event forward in the work that we do. I wanted to tell a little bit about what you're going to see tonight first. The show is going to feature testimonials. You'll hear from some students, gun violence survivors, elected officials, actors, folks who work in entertainment, also in other entertainment, and other campaign supporters, elected officials, all have come together, to lend their voice for tonight's show. We're also going to have two inspiring musical performances that you'll hear. And also there's going to be a real special segment a little bit near the top of the hour that focuses on the work that our State Affairs Director and partners are doing in southern rural Georgia with underserved communities. Really some terrific work, and I hope you'll enjoy that. Before I get a little bit farther in, I wanted to talk just a little bit of background. Some of the folks that you're joining tonight, you probably know a lot about the campaign, but I'm hoping there's a number of folks that don't know a lot about us. Maybe you get our emails and you say, take action. Here's another one from Andy Pelosi. Call this one, call that one. But I wanted to just give you a little bit more closer look into kind of how we started and what we've been doing. We started in 2008. John Johnson, who's our board chair, and I came together. We both had run state gun control groups at the time prior. And we were concerned after Virginia Tech in Northern Illinois about what was happening and that the gun lobby was going to try to force colleges to allow concealed weapons. So we started the campaign, just the two of us. And over time, we've worked in over 25 states to fight guns on campus. We've been successful in a number of states, from Alaska down to Nevada, Arizona, up into Michigan, in Illinois, down to Florida, up into West Virginia. So crisscrossing the country, those are just some of the places where we've worked over the last 12 years. It's been a very interesting work that we've done. We've got a great staff. Catherine Grant is our State Affairs Director. Kylie Mathis is our Program Director. And recently Dan Rigney came on. He's been doing an amazing job with outreach and fundraising and membership. So it's a real great group of folks we have working with us. So the other piece that we do that's a little bit different is in Florida, after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting, we worked and formed the Florida Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence. After the Pulse shooting, we worked on that too. So we've working on assault weapon bans and other issues, trying to kind of branch out a little bit. Fast forward to 2020, started off as a normal year. And then, with COVID happening, we had to pivot like everybody else and move our work from in the field to online. And we started to focus on voter education and voter registration, getting folks to fill out their census forms, providing resources for folks about where they can go for COVID-related issues, whether it be mental health or other things, trying to really be a resource for the public. And we did that around the country, as well as in the South. In addition, we were able to do a little bit of work fighting guns on campus in Tennessee, and also in North Carolina, helping to sustain a veto of a bill that would have allowed guns in schools where houses of worship are located. So those are some of the programmatic things that we did. And again, on the Georgia segment, you'll hear really more in depth about the work that they're doing down there. I wanted to just quickly talk a little bit more about our MCs tonight. Amy Ryan is a Academy Award nominee actor for Gone Baby. Gone. She has also been in Bridge of Spies, Central Intelligence. If you from TV, you probably saw her in The Office and also in The Wire. She's been a great supporter of ours for 3 years now. I'm so pleased to have her join us tonight. The other person I really want to quickly mention is Mike Doyle. Mike's come to our benefits every year, and this year he really wanted to become more involved. He's an acclaimed director and actor. His latest film was Almost Love, which is on Netflix. You may have seen him on Law and Order SVU as Ryan Halloran for a number of years. He's also got film credits for Rabbit Hole and P.S. I Love You. He's done a lot of different things. Two very accomplished actors. We're so happy to have them join us tonight and be a part of this. I want to just quickly tell you that we're going to move this thing along. There's so much more I'd love to say, but I can't. So I want to just remind folks to help us financially if you haven't already, or if you have and you want to give us just a little bit more, it would be great. Text college to 24365, college to 24365. We really appreciate your support. We're so happy to have you here tonight. And I want to turn it over to Amy Ryan.
Thank you, Andy. Hi, everyone. It's Amy Ryan here. I'm so happy you could all be with us tonight. And I wish we could have gathered in person, but hopefully next year we can. So welcome, everybody. A few years ago, my sister invited me to an event for the campaign. Andy Pelosi happens to be my sister's neighbor and friend, so this is kind of a family affair in some ways. I was immediately so impressed with the campaign's work, and I still am. To date, it has defeated 80 bills in 15 states that would have allowed guns on campuses. And that defeat has protected over 6 million students and faculty across the country. I mean, another incredible part about the campaign that I love is that they provide the resources and strategic support for communities. I know at times I can feel overwhelmed. I know I want to help and I just don't know where to begin. So I'm very grateful to the campaign that they make sure that communities have their strong plan of action. So tonight we're going to hear more about the recent work that they've been doing. And miraculously, they've been doing that under the constraints of COVID. I have an email dated from Andy, March 10th. He was sent to me and co-host Mike Doyle outlining the plans for our benefit in New York at the Cutting Room. And 5 days later, as you all know, we went into lockdown. And in the weeks afterwards, I was mostly numb and all I could think about is, why am I supposed to bake sourdough bread? I get another email from Andy. And this was about, pivoting to a virtual benefit. And he didn't give up this work. He didn't abandon it. He didn't give up hope. And that gave me hope. And this is great leadership. Which is why I'm happy to be here supporting Andy in the campaign tonight. So we have musical performances. We have reminders to vote in case somehow that slipped your mind. I'm voting, and I'm voting early because I believe my vote is the surest way to protect our democracy. Our votes really matter, so please get out and vote. So thanks again for being here tonight. And if you can further support the campaign, you can click the link at the bottom of your screen, or you can text college to 24365. So thanks. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce you, my dear friend and co-host, Mike Doyle.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mike Doyle. I'm coming to you from Brooklyn tonight. I am so honored to be a co-host for this benefit fundraiser tonight. A few years ago, my dear friend Amy Ryan, whom you just met, introduced me to this incredible organization, the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus. And I was immediately an avid supporter of the crucial work they do, which is keeping our students safe on campus. You'd think this was a no-brainer, but for more than a decade, the gun lobby has pushed hard to institute legislation to allow guns on college and university campuses. When I was an undergrad at Georgetown, I personally had more things to worry about, namely studying and having a collegiate experience, which did not involve the threat of gun violence. So when I went to my first benefit, much like you're doing tonight, I was like, sign me up. How can I help? I want to help protect our nation's students. And it's with support from people like you that make this essential work possible. And it's by voting that we ensure that these fundamental protections are in place. I'm sure everyone has a plan to vote, but reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, and make sure everyone you know has a plan to exercise their right to vote. By doing that, we can make sure our students stay safe. Okay, so as Amy said, we have a great night coming up. Right now, this portion of the evening, we have some amazing testimonials that are coming up. You'll be hearing from an incredible group of people who have been affected by the issue of gun violence on college campuses, from students to professors to families to elected officials.
Hi, I'm Wendy Malik, and welcome to tonight's event, the campaign to keep guns off campus. School is hard enough. We don't need the distraction of having guns in the classroom. Please join us, and don't forget to vote.
I'm Mary Kay Mace. My daughter Ryan was one of the 5 students killed in the mass shooting at Northern Illinois University in 2008. Within hours, pundits were claiming that had any of the students been armed, they could have stopped what happened, essentially blaming the victims for their own murders. I've spoken with the survivors who were in that room. They weren't even sure at first what was even happening, and once they realized that someone was trying to kill them, there was nothing but sheer panic and chaos. They said if anyone else had taken out a gun at that time to begin firing, there would have been more bloodshed, not less. We know that guns in the hands of students can be a recipe for disaster. Please keep guns off of campus.
Hi there, my name is Catherine Casello, and I am the former president of the campaign to keep guns off campus at Florida State University. I care about this issue because gun violence creates cycles of violence in our communities, and we all have the power to stop this issue and make an impact by standing up, using our voices to advocate and vote. This election is extremely important in making change for our whole country, and so I encourage everyone to make a plan to vote that is best for them, whether that's voting by mail from home, early voting at the polls, or voting on Election Day. Thank you all for the amazing work that you do.
Good evening. My name is Michael Knoll. I'm a professor for geography at Valdosta State University in Georgia. I've been working with the campaign to keep guns off campus for almost 10 years, and for one simple reason. Universities are environments with one purpose and one purpose alone: to promote and to facilitate the discovery, application, and dissemination of knowledge. Guns simply do not fit into this equation. Since joining the campaign about 10 years ago, I've had the honor and privilege to work with Catherine Grant. Catherine is one of the best community organizers I have ever encountered. And if she's not busy with our campaign, she's helping in the current context to get the vote out. And this is another important point for tonight. Vote. If you do not vote, you do not use your voice. In a democracy, your voice, your vote matters. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Delegate Danielle Walker from Wild and Wonderful, West Virginia. I support the campaign to keep guns off of campus because I want to make sure in the classrooms and on these campuses, we can make sure that everyone has a freedom of speech, where everyone can have conversations and be free to say what they want to say without any intimidation of a firearm. We need to make sure that we continue to walk the walk in 2020. And support the campaign to keep guns off of campus. Diversity, inclusion, and equity is what we need.
Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to join you tonight honoring the incredible work of the campaign to keep guns off campus. My name is Stephen Bloss. I'm a researcher and gun violence prevention activist in Arkansas, and I've worked with Andy Pelosi in the campaign for 7 years now. My book, Guns and College Homicide: The Case to Prohibit Firearms on Campus, documents that colleges are among the safest sanctuaries from gun violence in the United States. I will continue to work with my friend Andy Pelosi to halt the proliferation of lethal weapons on college campuses. Join the campaign to keep guns off campus to stop a terrible legislative agenda that endangers the safety and security of the finest higher education system in the world. Pledge to assist the efforts of the campaign to keep guns off campus. Thank you for supporting this very worthy endeavor. Thank you, Andy Pelosi, for the work you do year after year to keep our college campuses safe. And thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the campaign to keep guns off campus tonight.
Next up, we have a musical performance by the Citizens United Protest Coalition with their song, Ballad of an Unarmed Man.
Minutes 46 seconds. They didn't think folks would know. 8 minutes 46. It's a long due process, yo.
George Floyd was no angel. I heard all the angels say, but none of us up here was either, and God took us in anyway. Emmett Till and Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray might have been or not been angels, but they sure all are today. They started talking trash about them, but George's body barely crawled. They talk real nice about Tammy Rice, but he was only 12 years old. Lord, protect us from all of this protection. Lord, use force as necessary, please. If we're going in the right direction, show us now when and how to get up off our knees. Says it right there. It says it right there. What part of this are you not aware? Thou shalt not kill. Says it right there. What part of this are you not aware? Strange fruit, Billy called them, hanging from a southern tree. And way up north in Minnesota, police got down on one knee. Queens and princess picked your cotton, nurse your babies, fought your wars, and gave this country all that music that you pretend is really yours. It isn't like you don't know better. It isn't like we haven't tried. The better angels of our nature ain't fine people on both sides. Lord, protect us from all of this protection. Lord, use force if necessary, please. If we're going in the right direction, show us how and how to get up off our knees. Says it right there. What part of it are you not aware? Thou shalt not kill. Says it right there. What part of it are you not aware? An unarmed man, he did not resist, but some damn white supremacist in uniform knelt on his neck. 8 minutes, 46 seconds later, George Floyd was dead. And why? Those cops never said. 8 minutes, 46, hands in pockets, got his kicks. 8 long minutes, almost 9, while that man was lying there crying. That's how long that white man knelt. Take a minute, imagine how that felt.
Hi, how is everyone doing? First of all, I'm Jason Butler Horner, reminding us that we are on the right side of humanity and history, and thank you so much for everyone that works at the campaign to keep guns off campus, and especially to Andy. You know, my family has people returning to college this year, or some going for the first time in this exceptional year that is 2020. So thank you for all that you're doing on our behalves to hope that our students and family members can learn and grow without the anxiety and threat of gun violence on campus. I'm sure everyone who's Zooming in tonight has a plan to vote. If you don't, please make sure that you do. And even more challenging than that, make sure everyone in your family has a plan of action to vote and does. Thank you again so much. Everyone be safe.
Hi there, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you do live shows. Sometimes you make a couple mistakes. Hope you're really enjoying the show. I really love these testimonials. I mean, I can't stress enough how important it is for us to have a plan to vote. But this segment, we're talking about our major donors. I really want to thank the major donors that made this event possible. You know, when you plan an in-person event or even now a virtual event, the foundation for me is I've got to go out there and ask major donors, will you support this event? This is what we're putting together. So they're the foundation that we build off of, and the event grows from there. So I really want to thank the folks that you're seeing coming across on the slides right now. Some of these folks have been with us for a long time, which is great because they're committed to our work and they trust what we do. And then there's some folks that are new. And that's really even more important, I think, the fact that we can branch out and bring new people into our organization while retaining the folks that have been with us for a long time. So I can't thank the folks, the major donors, enough for all you've done for us and what you continue to do. We're really grateful for your support. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce this next clip of Florida Representative Carlos Guillermo Smith. Carlos, we are all so grateful for your dedicated work on gun control. Thank you, thank you.
Hi, I'm Florida State Representative Carlos Guillermo Smith. For years, I've had the honor of working with the campaign to keep guns off campus to successfully defeat attempts by the Florida legislature that would have allowed guns at our state colleges and universities. Never was their help more important than when we worked together after the Pulse nightclub tragedy in 2016 and Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in 2018, when the campaign was instrumental in ensuring we lifted up the voices of Orlando and Parkland, and that we continue to honor them with action. Thank you to the campaign to keep guns off campus.
I want to thank you all for supporting Andy and the campaign to keep guns off campus. And please, vote. Vote early if you can. Have a plan and vote.
Hey folks, Monty Frank here of Team 26. Team 26 was formed in the aftermath of the shooting at the Sandy Hook school to ride from Newtown down to Washington, D.C., to raise awareness about gun violence. This 400-mile rolling rally could not have been possible without the help that we received from the campaign to keep guns off of college campuses and the college kids and high school kids who joined our ride to support the common cause to make our cities, our streets, our suburban communities, and our campuses safe from gun violence. We're proud to work with the campaign, and hopefully when these COVID conditions leave us, we'll get back to our ride and continue our tremendous partnership with the campaign. Good to be here, and hopefully that all of you will support the campaign as we have and will continue to do. Take care, everybody. Ride on.
We've come to a special part of tonight's program where we shine a spotlight on the unique work which the campaign has engaged in Georgia over the past year. That work is focused on connecting with people and community groups in underserved small towns and rural communities in southern Georgia. The key issues that the campaign engaged in included working with foster parents on the issue of preventing firearm suicide and unintentional deaths. And from a community standpoint, the campaign worked in coalition with community partners with a focus on engaging them and students in civic and governmental processes. They did this through virtual community forums, voter education, voter registration, and supporting campus initiatives led by Students for Students. In this moving segment, we'll first hear from the campaign's former legal counsel and Georgia resident, Marvin Lim. Then we have an in-depth interview with Desmond Grant, a father who lost his 18-year-old daughter in a drive-by shooting. Desmond talks about his work honoring his daughter and how he is helping his community. Then we have live in-studio interviews with the campaign's State Affairs Director and Georgia leader, Catherine Grant. She'll talk with community partners, Adrian Rivers and Dr. Treva Gear. That's followed by an interview with one of our students. And we're going to cap it off with a beautiful and moving performance by the Kingdom Builders Deliverance Center Choir.
Hi, my name is Marvin Lim in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was legal counsel and director for the campaign to keep guns off campus from 2015 through 2019. And I was always very proud in that entire time of the work that we did, because we made sure not just to focus on aspects of gun violence that happened to be making the news at any given time. Here in Georgia, which has 159 counties, that meant that we focused a lot on areas outside of Metro Atlanta, areas that tended to have very large minority populations and also tended to be vastly underserved. I remember in 2015, one of the very first cases I took up was to help a parent right outside of Savannah fight the NRA's Eddie the Eagle program in her school. Every county, city is critical, and that's no less true this election season, where we've got a number of very important races in the state. And we know the best way to make a change is by changing who makes the laws, specifically our firearms laws. So I hope that wherever you are, you're getting out there to vote.
Hi, everybody. I'm Catherine Grant, and welcome to the campaign to keep guns off campus, Georgia. I want to introduce you to someone who's very special to the campaign and to me, our partner and collaborator on so much of the work that we've done here in small town and rural Georgia, Southeast Georgia, Adrian Rivers. Hey, Adrian.
Catherine, thanks for that awesome, amazing introduction.
Tell the folks what When Leaders Meet is about.
Sure. So When Leaders Meet it was founded actually last year. Last year in 2019, and it was in 2020 that we really kind of got our start. The campaign to keep guns off campus has been exceptional in supporting what we've done, and in the midst of COVID and all of the murders that we were seeing, and all of the issues that we were facing, we started these courageous conversations.
Courageous conversations.
And the courageous conversations were just community members expressing their views, expressing how they feel. We were using those platforms via social media to get the word out.
And one of the people that has been part of a courageous conversation we've had about gun violence is Desmond Grant. Desmond lost his daughter to gun violence here in Southeast Georgia. She had just graduated from high school, and she was leaving an event, a graduation party, and was caught in a crossfire and gunned down and killed. So I want to introduce you to Desmond. He's someone that we know well, and from the perspective of a parent who's lost their child, from the perspective of a parent who could have had a daughter here at Valdosta State right now.
This time of year is the anniversary of you also being a part of a community conversation.
Yes.
And where we had the DA and the police and other community leaders present, telling them, why it's so important to be involved, and get involved the way that you have. And that event, again, hosted by Catherine with the campaign to really help uplift this community along with When Leaders Meet. So
That's I always like I say that was a good move for me, because I love kids. Period. I just love them. I just love kids. I guess that's something that God blessed me the heart to love kids, and don't care if they ain't yours. Love them anyway, because God said love everybody. I love everybody, and plus the kids also too. So I try to be a motivator to a lot of kids, and a lot of kids love me. I got a lot of godchildren, I got a lot of kids myself, and so I love it. And so I like to see them make something good at themselves. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to do this, but by God taking my daughter away from me, they really just like, you know what? Enough is enough.
And I think it's, just really important, of the work, and we appreciate you, for giving your story and
Yes.
telling everybody about all the great things that you've done, and you taking what happened with your daughter and deciding that you're going to help this community is great. So
Yeah.
again, we applaud you for just being a person that the kids here can look up to,
Yeah.
and continuing, to tell your story.
And a voice that there's a better way.
That's right, man. We got to, like I say, there's so much you can do, so much you can do, and so much we can do. And like,
So all of us need to get involved.
that's what it boils down to.
And
You gotta help ourselves
together
first.
we can make sure that our kids stay safe.
Right,
All
right.
Thank
well.
you so much
right.
for being here with us. And it's an
Mhm.
honor to have you as part of my community.
Thank you. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I want you to know from myself and everyone at the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus, we are committed to making sure that we don't lose any more children to gun violence. We don't lose any more students and faculty and anyone in our community to gun violence. And we work hard every year. We want to make sure that our work continues, and we're asking you to contribute what you can to make sure that we keep fighting and making sure that we don't lose any more kids next year or the year after. And while that's a big goal and an ambitious one, with great community partners and people like you supporting us, we're going to get there. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Oh my goodness. And thank you to all of our supporters for your encouragement and your financial contributions. You are the fuel that keep us going and fighting fit every day. You know, they say that if you want to get something done, you ask a busy person. And Adrian, who you met earlier, is also a child welfare advocate. He's been working in the foster care system here in Georgia for over a decade. And this year, the campaign launched our Campaign to Keep Kids Safe program to help make sure that the homes that our foster kids are coming into are nurturing and welcoming and safe from gun violence. So, Adrian, tell us a little bit about what's been going on in the foster care system this year in Georgia and how our program fits into your work.
Yeah, sure. So in Georgia, we have over 11,000 children that are currently in care. And one of the things that the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus has done is you guys have supported the work that we've been doing to recruit homes. And in particular, as we're recruiting homes, those current foster parents, you guys have been training them and making sure that those homes are safe. And so we are grateful for the work that we've been doing. And we've been seeing the needle move a little bit as we've been working together to make sure our children are safe.
Yeah, it's really encouraging to be able to provide an educational environment for care providers, just to make sure, you know, kids who are coming into the foster care system oftentimes have experienced some type of trauma. And we know that with kids who have experienced trauma, that they're emotionally, physically, and psychologically vulnerable. So we want to make sure that they're not able to access things that might hurt them, and certainly let the parents know that they can really be impactful in that way.
I think voting is important because, one, it pays respect to those that struggled to gain this right, and in some places gave their lives and also lost their lives, but also the struggle that they went through just to gain this right to do so is very important to honor that.
That's my voice. That's my power. At the end of the day, I know I stand on a platform. There are things that I want, and I want to get people in office or get things done that represent me as a person, that represent the platform that I stand for. And at the end of the day, that's where your power is. When you don't vote, you lose your power. You give up your power.
When we vote, things change. Everyone, you, and even you, go out to vote. If you have to mail your ballot in, mail your ballot in. Early vote, early vote. But if you want to show up on November 3rd, bring your lunch, bring a lawn chair, be prepared to stay, but stay in line because your vote does matter.
I vote for a million reasons. I vote for every single student across the country. I vote to support our teachers and our faculty and to support great educators. And we are lucky to have Dr. Treva Geer here with us, who is also a recipient of a Georgia High School Teacher of the Year award. So,
Yes.
Dr. Geer, how has it been this year?
It's been really tough, you know, with COVID-19, us trying
Yeah.
to fight an invisible enemy while we have our kids in the room, keeping them safe, keeping our
Right.
teachers safe. We could not imagine having to deal with being security guards and having guns in our classroom. I could not imagine that. We didn't sign up for that as an Army veteran. I was trained with a weapon, but not as a teacher. We went to teach students and keep them safe, not to be their bodyguards. So we don't need guns in our classrooms.
And thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing, and to all the teachers who have been working under incredibly difficult conditions. I know that, you know, in Georgia, we went back to school in August, I think, right?
Yes, we did. We went back in August.
Right, and kids are coming into an environment that is completely different from what they had left last year. And a lot of teachers, you've been, you know, working as Dr. Geer is an instructional coach. What she does is essentially teach the teachers in a very large high school. So
yes.
You're coming into an environment that is already kind of upside down, and we appreciate the work that you and teachers across the country have been doing to make sure that our kids are getting the education they deserve and keeping them safe in the meantime doing that.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And it's tough. And
It
it's
is
And
tough.
it's taking its toll on our teachers, but we're going to keep working and pushing and to keep them safe.
Absolutely.
Hello, I'm Tyler Tucker and I'm currently in my senior year of undergrad. I am also the founder of the ARC Initiative, designed to uplift rural communities from the challenges that face them, including poverty, broadband inequality, to just name a few. I would like to say thank you to the campaign to keep guns off campus for helping me to identify the vision and getting the initiative off the ground. I'd like to take the time to encourage you, if you haven't already, to make a plan to go to the polls and vote. This election is one of the most critical elections to helping us solve these issues. Exercise your right to vote and encourage your friends and family to do the same. Let's work to preserve and progress our rural communities together.
Listen, it's been very awesome.
It's
awesome
gone so
experience.
fast.
Yeah, it's going so
I
fast.
want to do it over again.
Listen, I have also the awesome opportunity to serve as a local pastor here in the area, with some of the folks from the campaign to come by every now and then and have worship with us.
Yes.
And so in a few moments, you're going to hear our choir, Kingdom Builders, Kingdom Sound. They're going to give you a song. It's called Jump In. And we hope that you're encouraged and you will jump in and do the work that is necessary.
And I want to thank all the students all over the country, too, and get in there. And particularly a shout out to our rural communities. I want you to know that the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus values your contributions to our country. And we're all going to jump in together and vote and make a better world.
Make a better world. Enjoy.
Peace in the river, peace in the river.
My God, that was incredible. That really makes me wish we could all be in the same room with those incredible, incredible singers. I have goosebumps. Mike and I have both been so fortunate in our 30 years working as actors to have worked with immensely talented actors and artists that also happen to be immensely compassionate and dedicated to lending their support where it matters most. And you'll see them coming up in these next few clips, some of our pals. Also, again, tonight, if you can, please text COLLEGE to 24365. Thank you.
Hi, it's Laura Linney here. I just wanted to thank Andy and everyone at the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus for all of your incredible work. And to everyone who is watching, please vote. Vote and vote early if you can. Thanks so much.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kate Flannery, Meredith from the office. Hey, I just want to thank Andy and the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campuses for their incredible work keeping our schools safe. Please get out and vote early if possible, and do yourself a favor, don't drink and vote.
Thanks, Andy, for keeping our college campuses safe. And to all of you here tonight, please get out and vote early. We need this one real bad.
Hi, I'm Joan Baez, and I just want to say a couple of things about gun violence. Violence and gun violence to me has always been redundant, as guns are designed to shoot. They are designed to kill. And one of the many places they absolutely do not belong is on high school and school campuses. Those campuses are for our most precious commodities, our kids, my grandchild, and they need to be safe to get on with their lives. And happily, this movement against guns on campuses is taken up by the appropriate people, that's the kids. So to wish you all the best, it is a movement. I'm with you. And among other things, may I encourage you to get to some of the goals that we need to get to for a compassionate, empathetic world with no violence. I would say you must vote.
Hi, it's my pleasure to introduce our board chair and then the co-founder of the campaign, John Johnson. And you'll also hear from a great friend of ours, a new friend, actor Ray Abruzzo, who also is going to be joining us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Johnson. I'm the former director of Iowans for the Prevention of Gun Violence and a co-founder of the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus. I have always said, and I strongly believe, that we can win on this issue, but we have to fight. Andy has been fighting for over 20 years, but to keep fighting, we need your support. So I want to thank all of our donors for supporting the campaign. We know that where there are more guns, there are more gun deaths and injuries. That is why it's important to keep our colleges and universities gun-free. We sincerely appreciate your support and for making this night possible. And thank you, Andy, for all that you do.
Hey, this is Ray Abruzzo. I'd like to thank the Campaign to Keep Guns Off Campus for the fine work that they do. And now there's something we all could do. We could all get out there and vote, be it by mail or in person. Not both, only one. And do it safely. Wear your mask, use your hand sanitizer, do the whole 9 yards. Well, actually, it's 6 feet, but you get the point. So get out there and vote, stay safe, and let's keep those guns off campus.
I want to make sure that we thank some important people. I jumped in ahead of you, but I really wanted to make sure that our students who have been working so hard this year on campus doing voter registration, voter education, and now they're pivoting to get out the vote. I want to make sure to a special thanks to Kylie and Nyla, Tori, Kaylin, Emily, John, Franny, Jalen, Khalil, Sabrina, Lauren, Tyler, and so many more. Thank you for all you're doing to make our world a better place.
And listen, most of these students that Catherine has just named, they're right here in Georgia.
Yeah.
And the campaign to keep guns off campus has done some major capacity building by supporting this community. And so I am asking that you guys would just support the campaign to keep guns off campus. You can text college to 24365 because they truly are doing the work.
And thank you to Amy and Mike for
Yes.
supporting our work and bringing in a few of their incredibly talented friends to lift up the work that we're doing. Thank you.
All right, back to you, Amy.
Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Adrian. And to all of you who zoomed in tonight, I really hope you enjoyed our online benefit. And I hope if you can, tell your friends, tell a colleague, tell anyone who will listen all about the campaign. Help spread the word. And please text college to 24365. Thank you. Be safe and vote.
So thank you again. I'm echoing everyone for joining us this evening. It's been an incredible night, and we hope you've seen what a difference you can make by helping the campaign. The campaign to keep guns off campus needs you, so please, please, please be generous. No amount is too small, and any amount that you give allows the campaign to do this crucial work. We thank you from the bottoms of our hearts for your generosity. Click on the link below or text college to 24365, and I'm gonna let Andy take us home.
Thank you, Mike. Wow, what a night. I have to say, we've been working on this for, I don't know, 2 months or so, this project. It got delayed because of certain things happening in the organization. But we persevered, as Amy said early on, and I'm so happy that we were able to put this show together for all of our supporters. It truly was a labor of love. I want to thank the folks at EventPoint, our Georgia production crew, Film Story, Damian Gray, Kylie in our office, Dan Rigney, Catherine, Adrian, Amy and Mike, Jonna Siciliano and Cindy Redwood, Dina Siciliano, Mark Peterson, our musical director. I know I'm going to leave people out. There's going to be a credit roll at the end of this program. You should really take a look at it because there were a lot of people that were involved in putting this together. So I'm so grateful. I've been working on gun violence prevention since March of 1997, and I didn't think I would still be here doing this work in 2020. But I'm so happy that I am, so uplifted by especially the people that we work with, because the students, you can't say enough. I mean, we've been working with students from pretty much the get-go, and they are one of the most important stakeholders in the work that we do, and we mean that truly. And we want to protect them. We want to reduce risk, whether it's on college campuses, in K through 12 schools, or in our communities. And reducing risk is working on access to firearms. We want to make it harder to access firearms because when that happens, there's deadly consequences. So we really appreciate your support. If you're able to, one more time, please text college to 24365. Try to give us a little bit more support. Again, I'm so grateful to all the donors, the folks that gave $5 and $25 and $100 and $20 and $250 and $5,000 and $2,500 and everything in between. We couldn't do it without you. And just also for the foundations that support us, the Candida Fund, the Nazarian Family Foundation, the New Venture Fund, and the Lisa and Douglas Goldman Fund also. All of those wonderful organizations have been in our corner for a while now, and we're so grateful. And finally, Thanks for joining in. And please, if you haven't done so already, please vote. Thanks so much and have a great night.
Thank you.